In fact, speaking of crime in KwaZulu-Natal, currently the community of Amaoti is currently engaging with police around some of their concerns to do with crime, including shootings over the past week that have resulted in the deaths of half a dozen people. What you're seeing now are live visuals of a resident seemingly using a loud hailer inside a police vehicle to, I suppose, ventilate their concerns. They're alternating in doing this, by the way. You can see he's just wrapped up his own sentiments with presumably another resident set to do the same. We're going to get a better sense of what is being said and, more importantly, what's going to happen going forward. But for example, in one of the cases on Monday, gunmen stormed into a house and shot dead 3 people who were aged 54, 31 and 27. In fact, we spoke to the family member of one of the victims of that shooting who broke down on air as she described to us the call she received as a mother, certainly a parent's worst nightmare. And it explained that, in fact, they had not anticipated having to deal with the costs associated with a bereavement like this, or at least laying their loved one to rest. So that's the scene in Amaoti, crime in sharp focus after 6 people were killed over a number of days in the week gone by due to a number of crime-related incidents. Simphiwe Makhanya is part of our team there and joins us now live for the latest. And I'm seeing very active scenes behind you there, Simphiwe, with residents responding to police. How are officers there being received?
Well, Ayanda, tensions continue to be extremely high here in Amaoti. You'd recall that this, of course, follows those 6 murders that took place earlier this week. The one that the initial one was the one that took place on Sunday, being followed, of course, by the one I suppose that shocked many people, where 3, members of this community were gunned down in the presence of police on Monday. I suppose that is exactly what has sparked this particular anger from community members here. They've since decided to gather at this local sports field, Ayanda, to convene an urgent meeting with police officials of this very area of Inanda where we are. The meeting aims to really address their concerns. The first, of course, being the fact that they don't seem to be satisfied with the work that is being done by police to actually deal with the issue, of high crime rates in the area. And in fact, as you are coming to us, the community members are being given an opportunity to address police officers. What they are saying, in essence, Ayanda, is the fact that, one, they do not feel that police are serious with regards to dealing with the criminality in the area, and therefore they've lost confidence in police executing their duties here to maintain law and order. Of course, I'm going to ask my colleague Raymond Mbele just to give us a pen and to give our viewers a sense really of the number of people that are here in attendance, participating in this crucial meeting. From this morning, Ayanda, nothing has been happening in this area of Amaoti. There has not been any, public transport. The entire area has been shut down as a result of the grievances that are being raised by the angry community members who have really come out in their numbers to say enough is enough. They are accusing police of not taking the necessary action to deal with criminality. And they are also saying, by the way, that the people who are terrorizing this community are known by residents as well as police themselves. But it seems as though that they are not quite pleased with the speed at which police are doing their work to actually address the issue of crime in the area. But we do have with us, Ayanda, Mr. Mbongeni Pewa, who is a member of the CPF in this particular area, who's going to talk to us really. Mr. Pewa, thank you so much for your time. Talk to us about what message you want to convey today to these police officers who are here.
Thank you. What I want to convey to these policemen who are here today is the demand that they raised by the community that enough is enough. That is number one. Seemingly, they are failing dismally to combine or to reduce the crime of Inanda because the people are still brutally killed by these criminals. That is why we said now, as it is now, the soldiers should be answered. because we've been talking about this for quite a long time. It seems as if they are failing dismal to do the job that they are supposed to do for us. We are not protected. We are not even sleeping at night because we are scared of these criminal gangsters who are just killing us brutally. That is why I said the community have decided to just come on board and call all the senior membership of policemen to come and take their demands they want, of which I think today they are going to take this demand they are raising as they are talking right now.
But Mr. Pewa, the Provincial Commissioner, Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, doesn't seem to agree with the sentiments by police. He says, in fact, that his men and women are on the ground and are fighting crime. What is your response to that?
No, man, I think what is said by our Honorable PC, the guy that we respect and love him, was totally wrong. All what he said, it just made us to just be on protest today, because the response that he raised is very irritative, really. Because the first thing he said, it was only one person who said to want the soldiers in the area. Whereas all these thousands and thousands who are here today, they are still talking the language that they were talking on Monday. But when you're responding in media on Tuesday, you just talk the things that is not correct. That is number one. Secondly, he want to suspect us as a crime fighters that we do have a side of killing these people. That is an insult to us. I think we need a serious and strong apology from him, because he's insulting us. We are working tirelessly, leaving our home without paying even a cent, trying to calm down the situation in our areas, but he's insulting us at the end of the day. He said, he's suspecting us. That alone has jeopardized us, and it is also broke the moral that we are having in order to protect the community those are killing by these criminals.
So in essence and in summary, Mr. Pewa, you are saying that as community members here of Amaoti, you do not trust that police are able to deal with the situation, and therefore you don't think that they should be deployed to calm the situation here?
Absolutely. Nevertheless, that he deserves to apologize to us. But really, we like to hear word from Minister Usenzo Mkhunu to tell us what is it that we should do, because we don't want to dwell with what is said by PC, because I think he was not in a good mood. He just took all wrongs, and maybe he's one who was just giving the report who gave wrong information. But he was still stand even today that we want a word. How are they going to protect us from these criminals who are killing us? Once they tell us that, we will start to go back home and sleep peacefully at night, because we are scared even at night, because these criminals, they are not playing, my man, I can tell you. They are just shooting, they are killing, they are stealing, they are raping, they do all things that you can think. We are not in Russia or in Ukraine here. We are in a free South Africa. Please, they must protect us.
So the way forward, as we conclude this particular conversation, you are saying that if soldiers are not deployed here, then what's going to happen?
They must come up with an alternative. But we as a community, we think they reached the cylinder. There is nothing that the police can do right now. Because as we see, there are so many members of policemen in this sports field today. After 1 hour, they will be gone. They are in their various station, will be left alone with this problem. That is why today we want to get something from the senior policemen. What is it they are going to do from today onwards? Because we have raised that we think the soldiers should be an answer of stopping this nonsense which is taking place in our area.
Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Pewa.
Thank you.
That is Mr. Mbongeni Pewa. He, of course, is a member of the local CPF here in the area of Amaoti, basically echoing the same sentiments that have been shared by, a number of speakers here. I am to say that residents are no longer confident that police will be able to deal with the situation that is unfolding here. Of course, we know that this was sparked by those 6 murders that took place earlier this week. But the issue of crime in general here, is a long-standing issue. That even the former police minister, Begicele, tried at some point to intervene, but unfortunately, it doesn't seem as though that the police are making progress in terms of dealing with the situation here. But of course, that interaction with my colleague who was interacting with the provincial commissioner, Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, who said that it's not true that the deployment of the army is generally a sentiment that is being shared by the people who are here. But of course, you heard Mr. Pewa, disputing that particular statement, saying that it is quite clear from the point of view view of residents here that police are not really able to deal with the escalating, crime situation in the area of Amaoti. So as a result, everything has been shut down. Schooling has been disrupted. Some businesses have had to unfortunately close, because of the volatility of this situation, Ayanda.
And hopefully a solution is found rather sooner than later, given the cost of the disruptions there. Simphiwe Makhanya, live to us there from Amaoti in KwaZulu-Natal. Thanks very much indeed.